Hi, everybody. Welcome back. This week in the ACCC is back in Hansville, Alabama. We are at Wallace State Community College, Hansville, and it is the Tom Drake Coliseum as we prepare this time for a matchup between the #1 and the #2 team in volleyball in the state of Alabama. And that, of course, is Faulkner State, the #2 team, taking on Wallace State Hansville. But this week in the ACCC features so much more. Got a brand new softball coach here at Wallace, and also we'll talk to, well, maybe not a brand new, but the golf coach as well. Plus, take a look at the players of the week standings and how about some NJCAA rankings. It's all coming up on this week's edition of This Week in the ACCC.
Wallace State offers associate degree and certificate programs in Alabama's hottest job fields. Every year this decade, almost 3,800 new workers will enter these fields. Will you be one of them? Be one of us. Get in a Wallace state of mind. Wallace State offers associate degree and certificate programs in Alabama's hottest job fields. Every year this decade, almost 3,800 new workers will enter these fields. Will you be one of them? Be one of us. Get in a Wallace state of mind.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. This week in the ACCC, we're talking to a gentleman who's never been on the show before. As a matter of fact, never been the softball coach at Wallace State Community College before, and that is A.J. Darkery, the coach who is taking over for a legend here at Wallace State. Won a lot of national championships, so you've got some additional pressure, not just to build a team that is going to win games, but you want to hang with a reputation of a longtime coach.
Absolutely. Very excited to be here. Obviously, as you mentioned, a very well-respected program and has been for a very long time. So, you know, we're charged with the duty to expand upon something that's already been exceptional, and we take that challenge very seriously, and we go to work accordingly. So we hit the ground running this fall, recruiting. Thought we did a good job kind of tying up the 17 class and moving forward, looking to the future. We're really excited about the kids that we've got coming in. Had some major renovation projects going on over at our facility, and hope that people will come check us out and support us.
Well, I noticed, by the way, as we were setting up for this, that there's softball practices already going on. Really, to be accomplished at any sport these days, it takes nearly a 12-month-a-year regimen.
Our kids, man, it is a commitment, and you know, it's like that across all collegiate athletics. These young ladies behind us, they know the same thing, and you know, the expectations here at Wallace State are as high as anywhere that I'm aware of, anywhere in the country. And so, you know, for us to maintain the level of results that we expect to accomplish or achieve, then it's a 365-day-a-year type situation. And our kids understand that. As you mentioned, I'm actually probably hot and sweaty because I just came right off the softball field. We're practicing today, and you know, we take our work very seriously, and just really excited about the upcoming year and excited to be here.
What is the success? What level do you have to achieve to make it a successful year for you as your first year here?
Well, you know, this first year we're really trying to settle in, and of course we have goals, but they're particularly this fall, they're learning us, we're learning them. This fall we have played a very challenging fall schedule, and that was by design. We've almost played entirely four-year schools, very tough four-year school competition. But you know, the fall for us is more about opportunities. It's more about getting our kids exposure to these four-year colleges, and then, you know, as far as the spring goes, we we expect to compete for a conference championship. We expect to go to the national tournament because that's what Wallace has always done. And we've really stepped up our game recruiting-wise. Myself and the new assistant coach, Sally Beth Birch, who actually is a national champion from here, from the 2008 national championship team, working very hard to recruit the certain type of kid that will be able to match the expectations that there are here at Wallace State.
Well, Coach, congratulations on being named the head coach. Good luck in the season. Hopefully we'll see you in Southern Utah come May.
I really appreciate that. Go Lions.
Thanks so much to Coach A.J. Dartery. He is the new softball coach at Wallace. We've got a coach that's not so new coaching golf at Wallace. He will be our guest next as This Week in the ACCC returns.
Wallace State offers associate degree and certificate programs in Alabama's hottest job fields. Every year this decade, almost 3,800 new workers will enter these fields. Will you be one of them? Be one of us. Get in a Wallace state of mind. Wallace State offers associate degree and certificate programs in Alabama's hottest job fields. Every year this decade, almost 3,800 new workers will enter these fields. Will you be one of them? Be one of us. Get in a Wallace state of mind.
Hi, and welcome back. This week in the ACCC at the Tom Drake Coliseum on the campus of Wallace State Community College. With me now is a gentleman who, well, we had the newcomer. Now, I'm not going to call you the old-timer, but you've been here.
Go ahead.
Been here a couple of years. Dan York, who is the golf coach here. You've seen golfers come and go over 3 decades.
Right.
We see the change of an athlete in other sports. Do you see that same change in athletes that play the game of golf?
Actually, they are more health conscious now. We're lifting weights, we're running to get in good shape, watching our diets. So yes, there is a change. And the young lions on the PGA Tour start off at a major institution or here. I've been fortunate. We've got some players that have gone through here that have played on the PGA Tour. Probably one that would come to most people's mind is Freddie Jacobson and Brett Wederick. And yeah, things have changed, and they're hitting the ball a lot further now than they used to.
After you have a player like Freddie come along, are you in your recruiting process looking for that next Freddie?
You're always looking for that, but I mean, majority of the time the Division I programs are going to pick those young men up. But every once in a while, it's, for example, Brett Wederick. He's from Cincinnati, Ohio. We were the only school in the nation to offer him a scholarship. He came here, went through the mini tours, got on the PGA Tour, won the Byron Nelson tournament on the PGA Tour, and played in the Ryder Cup. And by him doing that, the PGA of America donated $100,000 to our program. And that's huge for a junior college.
I was about to say, so you are definitely looking for another Freddie.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Talk about the gentleman named Willoughby, Chip Willoughby, who is named the Player of the Week this week in the ACCC. He obviously a major contributor to the success of your program this year.
He is. Chip is a sophomore from Albertville, Alabama. Outstanding young man, very hard worker. This was actually his first college tournament win. But I anticipate this being a springboard for him to continue to move on forward, get better, and hopefully win a couple more before the year's over.
Where the world of golf is concerned, how do you prep that athlete? We were just talking minutes ago to Dartery about the fact that it is becoming a 12-month-a-year sport. Golf is seemingly that 12-month-a-year thing. How do you keep from getting a player burned out, though, playing so persistently?
Well, we start August, the 1st of August, and we go at it hard until the 15th of November. From the 15th of November, we take off until January the 10th. Of course, that's Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays. We'll start back January the 10th, and our goal every year, in which we've been pretty successful at, is to go to the national tournament. That's the 3rd week in May. So we hit it hard from January the 10th through the 3rd week in May. They go home for the summer, and I request that they play in no more than one tournament every 2 to 3 weeks, not play every week, to give them a time to maybe go to the lake and go skiing or fishing or hang out with their buddies or whatever, so when they come back in the fall, they're anxious and ready to play.
Where players are concerned, you're recruiting, you're looking for an athlete that adapts to your style, or do you often find yourself, coach-wise, adapting to their styles?
Well, in golf, I'm a believer in, you know, young man wouldn't be here or a young lady wouldn't be here if they weren't talented. So I try to look at their strong points, the way they swing the club, and try to help them refine that. I don't try to reinvent the wheel, so to speak. I don't want them to swing the club a certain way. And we've been successful doing that.
Do these players make you a better player, not coaching-wise? I mean, obviously, as a coach, you know the game. But do you find in some instances that the players make you a better player of the game of golf?
To a certain degree. You know, I learn every day. Not to get religious on you or anything, but I pray and ask for wisdom and guidance every day. And the good Lord has led good players here. Fortunately, I've been able to help a lot of them move on further, both to the PGA Tour. I've had players come through here that are now doctors, lawyers, business people, teachers, and PGA professionals. So I've been blessed.
Well, Dan York, great to have you with us on This Week in the ACCC. Good luck in the remainder of the season.
Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all being here, and Wallace State's an awesome place to be.
Dan York is with us, the golf coach here at Wallace State. We've got more of This Week in the ACCC right after the break.
Wallace State offers associate degree and certificate programs in Alabama's hottest job fields. Every year this decade, almost 3,800 new workers will enter these fields. Will you be one of them? Be one of us. Get in a Wallace state of mind.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. This week in the ACCC, we are at the Tom Drake Coliseum, where in just a matter of moments, Faulkner State will take on Wallace State Hansville. The two teams have already met once this year. They're meeting again. Faulkner State wants revenge. A lot of other stuff going on, though. We were talking just moments ago with Dan York. Let's talk golf. Central Alabama shot a three-day total of 912 to capture the Calhoun CC Invitational in Decatur. It is the third time in the fall and comes on the heels of the District 4 Golf Preview Championship. Calhoun came in second with a score of 9-17. A guy that we're going to recognize here in just moments, Chip Willoughby, claimed the individual title by posting scores of 73, 71, and 75. A Central Alabama product, Jacob Morgan, took second. Well, we were talking about Willoughby, the Wallace State freshman. He's been named the ACCC Golf Player of the Week. The native of Albertville, Alabama, captured individual medalist honors at the Calhoun Invitational. That's by posting those scores we told you about, 73, 71, and 75 for a 3-day total of 219. Well, our focus today is on volleyball. We're here to watch Faulkner State and Wallace State Hansville, and that brings us to the Player of the Week in the ACCC in volleyball. And why not be dominant? Where Wallace State is concerned, they've been dominant in the scoreboard. They've been dominant on the floor, and Abby Borden, who is a member of that dominant team, has been named the ACCC Player of the Week. That is for the week of October 3rd through 7th. And 13 cents, the freshman setter from Arab, Alabama, has had 149 assists, averaging those 11.46 a set. And then you see all the rest of the stats for the product from Arab. She currently leads the conference, though, in all kinds of statistics, like assists, kills, blocks, well, you name it, she's probably on top. Well, she is, speaking of on top, a member of the team that is atop the ACCC in the volleyball standings. No stranger to the top of the standings, and that is Wallace State Hansville. The community college with a record of 12-0 in conference play. And they just lost a set. First time they've done that in about 17 during the course of the season, but it wasn't to an ACCC foe. Catawba Valley knocking off Wallace State. They're looking for revenge today against the team that you see is number 2 in the conference, and that is Faulkner State. These two teams met to open up the season. Wallace State won, but it was a hard-fought battle despite the sweep, because in one set, Faulkner State gets to within 4. In the other, they get to within 2. What about the national standings? Well, Wallace State Hansville obviously on top of the standings, but the rankings have them just outside. As a matter of fact, they were creeping back in to the top 20 after being in the top 20 to begin the season, but they suffered a early season loss, dropped out, began to creep back in. And now you see that they are in the also receiving votes category. Taking a quick look at the top 10 in the NJCAA volleyball standings, got a new leader, Panola, leaping over Western Nebraska. Western Nebraska previously the number 1 team in the nation, but now it is Panola, with Western Nebraska falling to the 2 spot. Southern Idaho is 3, Iowa Western 4, Missouri State West Plains. The national championship has been played on their home floor in years gone by. They are the current 5 team. Central Florida is 6, Snow is 7, Hillsborough is 8, Salt Lake 9, and Indian Hills is the number 10 team. That's in the nation. In the ACCC, you've got the number 1 and the number 2 teams ready to do battle. Wallace State Hansville taking on Faulkner State. Of course, a week ago, we were at Faulkner State for the matchup between they and Lawson State. This week, we're in the north part of the state of Alabama as Wallace State Hansville takes on Faulkner State. I mean, we're right here in the middle of the action. I think I got popped by a volleyball just a few moments ago. They're going to take care of some formalities before getting into play here at the Tom Drake Coliseum. So why don't we do this? Come right back with more, and specifically the start of the matchup between the Sun Chiefs and the Lions on this week in the ACCC and this week's Game of the Week.